to think about it, but
All right,
I
I'm
can't
sorry.
make any promises.
I will make it up to you. Well, welcome, Sequential Plastic. Raven's Eye, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's up, Raven?
We got my boy Green in the house. What's up, Green?
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Mr. Jedi Jack, what's up, dude?
What's up, Jedi Jack?
Here goes Mikey. Mikey
Mikey.
B. My clock says 8:05. What the fuck? This shit started late.
Can't rush perfection.
Yes, we can't.
And you can't rush Danny off of talking about movies online.
Right? That was a good talk. You're talking about great movies. Welcome, Mikey. Got our boy Dave, Mike, Midnight Custom. What's up,
Midnight,
dude?
what's up, brother?
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. I mean, you could have been anywhere on social media, but you chose to hang out with us tonight, and we appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So with that being said, make sure you hit the like, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so right now. And if you haven't told anybody about us, let them know. Because again, it's just a couple of guys having a good time. You know what I'm saying? I know we get caught up with the toys and we get caught up with all the shit. You know, it's good to kind of like kick back and relax and just talk about.
Tell everybody about us. Tell your coworkers. Tell your church. Tell your grandma. Everybody that you know. Just tell them about this show. Yeah. And especially if they love cuss words, because they'll fucking love it here if they like cuss words.
Mm-hmm. They could be themselves here. Vico, what's up, dude? A couple more people joining us. Cal the Collector. Also, check out his episode on Behind the Plastic. He is phenomenal. He is great. I really enjoyed that episode. Please go check that out as well. His episode is up as well. And then...
And I was watching, I was catching up on some of those episodes last night, and I thought that... because I thought yours went up last night, so I checked it, and there was a bunch of other ones that I hadn't watched yet. And I was watching the one where they had, I think his name is Needles. He does like a lot of the TMT or TMNT, and they asked him where he's from, and he said Syracuse, New York. And I was like, I wasn't really paying much attention. And then he said something about how he lived, or it was raining in Syracuse, New York. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? And I scroll back, and he said, yeah, he lives in Syracuse, New York. I'm like, holy shit, I could throw a stone 3 times and probably land in his driveway. I live just 30 minutes away from Syracuse. It was fucking weird how that shit works out sometimes.
It's a small world, dude. A small world. All right. Well, listen, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming on. Now, before we begin our show, I would like to introduce our family member. Yes. He's going to be joining us tonight just to kick back with us. He is a man who will drop any woman's panties quicker than the ball drops in New Year's. Ladies and gentlemen, AB Photos 35 in the house.
AB.
What up, AB?
What's up, brothers? How y'all doing?
Well, buddy. Our brother is in the house. How you doing, AB?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just waking up, kind of.
You almost overslept through our show. That's great.
Oh, shit, that's all right.
Graveyard's killing me, fellas. Graveyard's killing me.
You know, he's they say you got to get your beauty sleep, and he is the most beautiful man in the Rowdy Boyz, so let him get his sleep.
I'm not wrong.
Look. Listen, so much going on. First of all, thank you, AB. Welcome home. This is home for you, so we're happy to have you on tonight. And again,
thanks for having me.
For everybody that's on tonight, we are no guests tonight. This is family, so tonight we're just gonna shoot the shit, talk about some trending topics. And speaking of trending topics, as you guys can see, I'm wearing my Jaws shirt.
Yeah, with the sun's out, fucking guns out, man. Did you get a license to carry those?
No. I'm actually trying to catch. I was outside trying to get a little sun. You know what I'm saying?
You are about the palest Hispanic fella I know.
I got Undertaker arms from back in the day. So I'm actually eventually at one point I'm gonna get some sleeves done, some new tats, some new ink on my arms because I want to look a little more badass than I do now. I don't want to get rid of this dad bod. But back to my shirt. So I'm wearing Jaws t-shirt, and that's because it's summer is already kicked off, and with summer comes Shark Week. So
Shark Week, yes. I love Shark Week.
I love Shark Week. And they were giving the reruns of Jaws on TV.
Oh shoot.
So it was the first one and the 2 other shitty ones Well, part 2 wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't as good as the first one. But have you guys watched any of the like the shark videos? Like sometimes like they'll. You guys watch any like weird shark videos? Like I just saw one a couple of days ago, and like it was at a lake. Like sharks are showing up at lakes now. Like I don't know how the fuck is that? Yeah, how the fuck does that happen?
Well, I've heard of like where there's like if a lake has like a connection somehow to the ocean, like salt water mixes in, and like so the sharks can get in to these lakes, but like they're usually great big fucking lakes that are like connected some way to the ocean. Well, yeah, Raven's Eye said it. Bull sharks are usually the ones that end up in there the most, which aren't they're not very territorial, but they're big motherfuckers. And if you're out there fishing on a lake and a shark rolls up, what the fuck?
Well, now that's made me more scared to even get in the tub, like because you can't even go to a fucking lake now. You can't even go to a fucking lake now with the. I mean, have you seen what a fucking great white sharks, even a bull shark, any shark? Do you see the sizes of those fucking things?
Yeah, huge. You're not gonna catch me next to one, man. You're not even next to the ocean because I can't swim. No. So you're not gonna see me next to that shit.
Like I can't even imagine like being underwater and like a fucking shark just appears out of nowhere. Like there was this another video I saw. This guy's like snorkeling or whatever the fuck he was doing. He was like underwater and like a fucking shark showed up out of nowhere and was just like swimming around him, and he was like stood still for a bit, but then he started like swimming towards like wherever the boat was. And I'm like, hell no. It's like fuck that. Like even now, like it's starting to get warm now, and I want to go to the like lakes and stuff, and like that's all I can think of now. It's like it's either two things that could happen, right? Either I'm gonna stick my head under the water and there's gonna be somebody's grandma's fucking panties floating and I get caught in them, or a fucking bull shark or any type of shark shows up and I get eaten. And like there was the video about the guy in Russia, right, who got eaten up by a shark. It was like a graphic video where everyone was like somebody, and then that's the fucked up thing. Like nobody's like yelling. People are like people have their phones and they're like filming. It's like,
well, I mean,
swim!
it is fucked up that their first reaction is to pull out their phone. That's fucked up. But also, it's a goddamn shark. What are they going to do? Yell at it? Say, hey, no, mister, you spit him out right now? Like, what are they supposed to do?
That has to be the most shittiest fucking thing ever. I see this, like, everything now is videos. Like, any video that you see now with, police officers, fights, anything is a video now. So that means phones are taking over. So, like, I thought it was really fucking shitty. Like, yeah, Unworthy, you're swimming in the water and the fucking shark is eating you alive. And I'm like, swim, Unworthy, swim.
Well, first of all, I'm with AB. You'll never catch me in the fucking ocean. Yeah. You'll never catch me. I don't even go to the beach. Fuck that. I've read too many Lovecraft books. I ain't doing it.
I was like, hold on, let me switch my my phone camera to HD. Let me make sure I get all of this.
Get this full frame.
But like,
there was the Russian video not long ago that was going around where that dude got ate by a fucking shark.
Exactly. And then the crazy thing is, it's like, I want to say that the video's fake, right? Because again, nowadays, like people could really like make videos, like they like do shit with videos that make them kind of look real, like all this alien bullshit, right? And like, well, I mean, I do believe in aliens, but I haven't seen one, so I can't really like, we're not gonna get there. Anyways, but in the video with the Russian guy, like you see his legs and his legs are like flipping, but then he's doing the whole like back and forth shit.
Like Ace Ventura.
yeah, like it's so fucked up. Like I watched the video and in my head I'm like, this is fake as shit. And you see the guy's legs flipping up and down, and then he gets down. It looks like a fucking horror movie. And the whole entire time people are yelling in like Russian or saying everything, but like all you see is like it's like fucking phones. Everybody's like, swim, somebody save them. And they're like recording, like, what does that do for you?
That has a lot more to say about the humans than it does the shark. I mean, it is pretty fucking terrible that they're just videotaping it rather than I don't know. I mean, but what are they supposed to do? What are they going to go out? Like I said, are they going to swim out there and fucking punch a shark in the nose?
The real question I'm going to ask the chat this, right? And I wish I could make a poll here so people would poll. What happens if you're swimming, right? you get attacked by a shark. Your buddies or whoever you're with, your girlfriend or whatever, and they're all there, and everybody's filming you as you're getting attacked. As they're telling you to swim, they're filming you. You survive the attack. Do you look at your friends the same way after? Or do you like sit there and say, thank God I survived a shark attack? But like after that, you gotta like sit there, like as you're in the hospital, you have to
here's what's fucked up about me. I probably would get out of the water and be like, oh man, did you guys fucking get that on camera?
You would. You fucking would. Like my thing is like these people get attacked by like, and it's not just sharks, anything. Like I've seen like attacks by dogs or like fucking like, you know, the lions and shit like that, and like even like zookeepers, like people doing tricks with like alligators and like snap onto their arms and shit. They start doing the death throw, and people are just like shit. People are like fucking like filming the whole thing like after you're saved, right? Like you're saved, and it's like you're at the hospital. It's like you're not like I would think like that. I would be like, damn, my friends are really fucking shitty. Because you know that video, and it's crazy because 99% of those motherfuckers are gonna end up at your funeral if you die, or they're gonna visit you at the hospital, but that video is gonna be all over TikTok and that shit's gonna go viral. And they're gonna have like a big following because of that shit. It's like, yo, dude, like because of you, I got like 6 million views on this one video. Thank you. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. I almost died.
Yeah. I'm gonna be getting eaten by a shark, and Danny's gonna be posting it on TikTok going, like and subscribe.
And Worthy Addiction. On the next
Unworthy Addiction.
Right?
Unworthy Addiction. A Worthy Addiction with Toy Addict and new host. new host AB.
With special guest, the bull shark that attacked Unworthy. Oh man. But yeah, that was my spiel. Yeah, it's Shark Week, so it's
well, we got some answers on what people thought about
let's see what those answers
Mikey
are.
says, nope, fuck those guys.
Absolutely, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Catalyst says, nope, take me back and we're all done. Toy Art says, nope, I'm asking what the fuck.
Seriously.
Cobra Dad, he says he'd just be happy to be alive.
Okay.
Jedi Jack says, I'm throwing those bastards in the water. Blitz says, I'm throwing Dick Grayson in the water.
Oh, okay.
And Raven says, I'd be calling rights at get-togethers forever.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Just listen. I just really hope that if I ever am swimming or on a cruise and I jump in the water and a shark is attacking me, I hope whoever I'm with has a heart and they don't pull their phones. Thank you, AB. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'll sing before I get to you, but at least I'll try.
I wouldn't be recording. You know, I would be yelling. I'd be yelling swim, and then I'd be going like, hit him with the uppercut. The uppercut. Tip him over.
Well, listen, honestly, if you're gonna pull your phone out, at least if you're gonna put it on social media, tag like tag NECA, tag like fucking Atmosphere Aerosol, Lube Cube, Sir Dork, tag Sir Dork in my shark attack video.
Your luck is that fucking Funko Pop would make a fucking deluxe Funko Pop of you getting eaten by a shark.
As a matter of fact, take the fucking video and like do like a free shot of me just getting eaten and edit a mezit on it and throw it up for Mezco Mondays. See if you win a fucking Mezco.
I think this is the most relevant answer so far. More possibility of dying visiting the Titanic than a shark attack. Ooh, that might be a little early, but also, what were those fucking people thinking?
I have no, and it wasn't like the remote, like a remote control for like a video game or some shit like that.
PlayStation controller or something like that.
Like you can find those at $5 below right now. Like you could get, with the price of $5, you could buy yourself a remote that will take you into a sub, and you could go visit the Titanic.
Yeah. Like they don't like. Do you not realize whoever designed that thing was a fucking idiot to begin with? Whoever okayed fucking doing that trip was an idiot. And but like the only thing deeper at that point in the ocean, the only thing deeper in the ocean than the Titanic is like the fucking Intercontinental title from when Stone Cold threw it in, or The Rock threw it on Stone Cold, or vice versa. Like that's the only thing deeper. Like, come on.
Well, somebody says Raven said off market. Yeah, that's another thing too. It's like a bootleg version of a PlayStation controller. Like, you motherfuckers, you're rich. You couldn't get like a PlayStation 5 controller to like fucking like.
Yeah,
we're going to hell for this, but whatever. Hey, it happens.
Yeah,
but
listen, I was already going to hell. Like, it was already a foregone.
I already signed on the list. I'm ready.
We already got the bed ready to go. All right, so with going with the trending topic. So going into movies, we got 2 movies. We got a movie announcement. Well, actually, a movie casting, and then we got a movie release this week, right? So the first one is Superman Legacy, right? We got Superman Legacy, right? Now, James Gunn, as everybody knows, James Gunn kind of took over like DC. Him and another person, they took over to the DC DCEU, DC movies for Warner Brothers, and they're gonna like rebooting the entire universe, right? And the Flash is supposed to be like the one that kind of kickstart the reboot, but also I think movies.
I heard opposite. Yeah. I heard Flash was gonna sort of serve as like a catalyst as to how things have been changed, but it's not going to be canon once the new series starts, or the new lineup starts.
Yeah. Let me get this off AB's face. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
but yeah, so it's supposed to kickstart this whole thing or whatever's going on. Yeah. But they cast Superman and Lois. So we have, and AB, forgive me, I'm gonna cover your face because we're still learning this. So we have David Cornsweet and Rachel.
Cornsweet sounds like something you get at a barbecue after eating too many fucking shuck the corn. I got the corn sweats, everybody. Holy shit. 23 years was too much.
It's like, hey, Danny, I'm afraid I hate to tell you this, but you've been diagnosed with corn sweat.
You got the corn sweats.
You got the corn sweats. But yeah, so we have Superman Legacy finds leads with David Cornsweet and Rachel can't pronounce her fucking last name. Brosnahan. Yeah. So this is our new Superman, and this is our new Lois Lane. Now, I put a poll. I'm gonna take this off. So I asked a question on my story to kind of just go over it. And the question was, are you okay with David Cornsweet as the new Superman? Yes, no, or I don't care. The majority of people said, the one person said they don't care. But from what I've seen trending is it's divided, right? Some people are okay with the whole new reboot, and they're okay because they're saying that he has like some similarities to Henry Cavill, which he does in some photos. He kind of looks.
That's what I said as soon as I seen him. I say he looks like Henry Cavill light.
Yeah. So he has some similarities with Henry Cavill, but also too, the opposite are upset because and these are again nothing against Zack Snyder and his vision of the movies, because it's again, I actually enjoyed the Snyderverse and enjoyed some of the stuff that he did, but again, I'm okay. Me being a Superman fan, I am okay with a reboot. I am okay with a young person playing Superman, someone new, because I think of it like they're like movies are like comics, right? To me. Mm-hmm. And if you're a comic book reader, if you read comics and you're as old as if you're older than me or as old as I am, then you still read comics, you'll understand what I'm saying. A lot of comic books now, a lot of comic books, they have different interpretations of characters, right? Just like different art styles, right? Different stories. So to me, I look at it in that way. I love different interpretations of different heroes. And if James Gunn felt something and saw something in this guy that he felt that he could play Superman, then I'm okay with that. Like, I love Henry Cavill. That doesn't make me like against Henry Cavill or like I thought Henry Cavill was shit. Because Henry Cavill looked the part, but unfortunately he suffered from having,
no skills at acting. So that's what you were gonna say?
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say, unfortunately, I mean, Man of Steel, honestly, I love Man of Steel. I think Man of Steel is still my favorite DCEU movie because it is a Superman. But at the same time, I am a little fucking biased. Like, the movie could be shitty. Like Superman Returns, I had a shitty writing and I still love that movie. So again, I think it was just the writing and the way he was like, like we needed a sequel for Superman. And again, it was just so much like they wanted to play catch up with Marvel so much that it became like something like they should have just like build their universe a little more. And I guess this is where James Gunn is doing. He's trying to build the, you know, his world, because again, I mean, if you're not really a comic book reader, like how many of you guys that really don't read comics gave a fuck about Guardians of the Galaxy? You really didn't give a fuck up. You guys really didn't give a fuck about Guardians of the Galaxy until James Gunn made Guardians of the Galaxy, and he made it as fun as it was. And honestly, those are solid fucking movies. Like I haven't seen the third one yet, but the first and second one were fucking solid. They had me laughing. They had great action. The CG was great. And one of the things that I always said about James Gunn that he does really well is I loved how he introduced different worlds and alien worlds. I always said he would be great to make to direct a Green Lantern movie, because when I think of Green Lantern, I think of like different, like that's kind of the feels that I got with Guardians of the Galaxy. So again, I see a lot of backlash on Twitter and some on Instagram with just people just hating on this guy and saying, "Oh, he's not my Superman. He's not, you know, super." Well, I mean, honestly, like, are Superman? Well, my Superman is always going to be Christopher Reeve. And I said this in one of the chats, and I boldly will say it now. I think that the guy, because if you guys have not watched Superman and Lois on CW or the show, and you didn't watch the season finale, matter of fact, you haven't seen the show, that Tyler guy is the best Superman after Christopher Reeve, in my opinion. He plays the part. He got shit for taking it. Like people were saying, "Oh, he's too short. He's all this and that." Same stuff they said about Michael Keaton years ago. Same things they said about Heath Ledger, who won an Oscar. And Michael Keaton is our Batman, right? Now he's right. The same guy that got all the shit in fucking back in the day, because you see the videos where people like were like bashing him, saying, "Oh, he's too old. Oh, he barely has hair. How can he be Bruce Wayne or Batman?" But like, years down, it's 2023, and here's the Flash movie, and everybody's like, I'm watching this movie because Michael Keaton is in this movie.
That's my Batman.
That's my Batman, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like sometimes some folks could get like a little ahead of them, a little ahead of themselves, and not give somebody a chance. So, how do you guys feel about this guy playing Superman?
AB, go ahead.
I forget. Unworthy's a Batman fan. Go ahead, AB. How do you?
I'm a Batman fan too, but I mean, yeah, you got to give somebody a chance. I mean, if like how you said, if the guy's starting off a new whole thing, a new whole chapter with stuff like that, and he's giving an actor a new try with it, let him go for it. I mean, you got to give somebody a chance.
That's true. I agree, and that's my thing too. It's like, don't, like, some people just come across as like Henry. Like, are you really a Superman fan, or are you a Henry Cavill fan? Because to me, my Superman is always gonna be Christopher Reeve. I don't give a fuck who plays him. He's always going to be my Superman. That's the one I grew up with, right? Yeah. Just like
my answer to that, am I a Henry Cavill guy or a Superman guy? And my answer to that is neither. I'm neither of those guys.
Okay, so what are you a fan of, Unworthy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to agree. Christopher Reeves is honestly the best Superman that there ever was. But that's really not saying much, because Superman is probably one of the fucking dumbest fucking characters ever made.
Yeah. So
that did not get a reaction I thought I was going to get.
You're not going to get. No, you weren't going to get a reaction out of that. So Mikey said Flash is just a reboot. Yep. Judgment. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this guy Corn Sweat, other than he's like I really like the name Corn Sweat, and it does sound like a disease I'll probably die from like someday.
That's gonna be the new name of the new COVID variant. It's gonna be COVID Corn Sweat.
Corn Sweat. Oh shit.
Corn Sweat 24. Yeah. I don't know anything about the broad either. That is Brosnahan. Yeah. I don't know. I've not seen anything either of them are in, but I agree with AB's summation of it. Like, it should be, if it's going to be a new thing, it needs new cast. Like, it shouldn't be Henry Cavill. It shouldn't be definitely. I mean, it never should have been Ben Affleck to begin with. But it, definitely now shouldn't be.
Wait,
Ben
Affleck. You didn't like? Oh, what do you mean, like as Batman or Superman?
As Batman. Like, if they're rebooting the whole DC universe, it shouldn't be any of the same. It shouldn't. No. Shouldn't be Affleck. Shouldn't.
I agree.
I mean, the only one that I could see them keeping, and maybe they should keep, would be Ezra Miller, because like Mikey said, that movie was to justify
Yeah.
the reboot, and
Do,
really, if there's any of them that can do the reboot or survive
yeah.
the reboot or whatever, it would be
Um,
Flash.
with Ezra Miller, honestly, like I think that the movie The Flash is like flopping now in theaters. It's really not doing well. I think a lot of it has to do with like
It
people
has
say
to.
it's a CG, but I think a lot of it has to do with like the backlash that he's getting for all the
Yeah,
shit
I
he's
think
done.
so.
Unfortunately, that kind of
Mhm.
like that plays a part. I mean, other factors play a part, but I think that also plays a part in like him like the movie not doing so well, because again, a lot of people who went to go see this movie, they wanted to see Michael Keaton. They didn't give a
Yeah.
fuck about Ezra Miller. They didn't care about Supergirl. They didn't care about General Zod. Although Michael Shannon, to me, to this day, is still the best villain for the
Oh, Michael
DCU.
Shannon's a fucking
In
king.
my opinion, he was great. Such a waste of a actor. Like if they brought him back as General Zod, I would be so for it. Like I would be
Yeah.
down for it.
I mean,
But
I think you're right. I think a lot of the backlash that's had to do with the Flash movie has been just the name Ezra Miller being tied to it, because
Mhm.
everybody
yeah,
was clamoring for him to be taken out of there. Like, oh, he shouldn't be Flash. Like, come on. They had half the
yeah,
movie in the can before he even started fucking getting in trouble. Like, or
yeah.
before they even started getting in trouble. Like,
No, I agree. And I think honestly, if they decided, like, I'm okay. I don't see. I might be wrong. I don't see them bringing Ezra Miller back. I don't think they're going to bring Ezra Miller back, because I guess
no,
this is
they
like a
definitely
reboot.
won't.
They won't. Now, I would, if I had a choice, I would bring back the guy from the show. I would bring
Yeah.
Grant Gustin as the Flash.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
what
bring him
Raven just
back,
said.
and I think he would do a good job. But I could see them like just trying to find somebody new and kind of like, and that's what James Gunn said in one of those like videos he had put out, that he was gonna like try to connect, because all this new universe that they're doing is connected, all of it, like cartoons, video games, movies, fucking TV. They're all connected. Basically all multiverse type shit. They're gonna be doing the whole multiverse type shit. That's what the Flash, I guess, introduces. So I like that they're starting with like just like Guardians of the Galaxy, right? A lot of people don't know who Blue Beetle is. He's
Yeah.
introducing Blue Beetle to everyone. I mean, I've heard people say, "Well, how are you gonna introduce Blue Beetle?" People don't know Blue Beetle, but that's the point. Like,
Well,
Mhm.
get
yeah,
him.
but Blue Beetle's also going to not be under this reboot. Like Blue Beetle, and which is a fucking disappointment.
I
Like,
didn't know
because
that.
I've been wanting, yeah, because Blue Beetle, or excuse me, Shazam: Fury of the Gods, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman Lost Kingdom. They're the
Yeah.
last ones coming out on this
Mm-hmm.
wave here of films, and Flash. Like, they're the last ones that are going to be part of the Snyderverse, as everybody calls it. So they're not going to be directly tied to anything moving forward. Which I hope maybe
Mm-hmm.
they could, if Blue Beetle is successful enough, I could see where they would keep him, or keep that cast in that movie as part of the canon. But
Honestly, I think again, I go back to like saying like I am okay with different interpretations, and honestly, like if Zack Snyder decided to like take his universe and do a separate thing, because honestly, I really wanted to see the Nightmare story go through. Like I wanted to see that whole like post-apocalyptic Batman's leading all these people and Superman's about. I wanted to see that. But again, like I think with James Gunn, like him rebooting everything, like he's giving us fucking Swamp Thing. I've been wanting, like the Swamp Thing
yeah,
TV
oh yeah,
show was fucking good. Like I can't wait for a fucking movie. Like I think that movie's gonna be great. And like he's introducing to a lot of like different characters that people don't know. And that I want to say that's the smart thing that Marvel did. They gave you characters. They didn't just give you the characters you love. They had a whole story, but they also gave you characters you weren't too familiar with and introduced you, and you build relationships with them. And then
Yeah.
amongst the ones you already know, which is smart. It's smart marketing, smart everything. So again, I hope that I'm looking forward to the new Superman movie. Again, does he look the part? Maybe. I've seen a couple of videos and people like doing like a couple of like things with him, like Photoshop, and he looks good. I mean, he's young guy, tall guy, and I just hope he could play the part.
Yeah.
That's my biggest
So-
thing.
So if what's your dream casting then? Like, can you think of somebody other than Henry Cavill or already a previous Superman? Can you think of anybody that you would rather see as Superman?
If I was James Gunn, I would have honestly me, I would have given I would have went with I mean, he's a little older now. I would have went with Brandon Roth. I think Brandon Roth was a good Superman.
I think
I
right
think
now
it-
that would only work for like a Kingdom Come story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would go with Brandon, but as far as young people, like, I think I would go with Mr. Corn Sweat. Like, honestly, I can't think of anybody because I'm so stuck. I'm so stuck with the older,
Old
the
school.
old Superman that it's like I can't think of anybody else that would play that part. Like, would be great. Like, I think Zac Efron would play a good Superboy if you cast him right. Like, I think he would be a good Connor Kent, right?
I don't know. He might even be too old now. Like,
Right? Like, how old is Zac Efron? Like,
I mean, he's
fucking guy. He's like
got to
was
be
like
in his
17.
mid-30s.
I mean, that's not that old. I mean, I think he
I
could
mean,
pull
but
it
yeah, but
off.
Superboy is what? Superboy is usually depicted, part of the Teen Titans. Like, he's got
Yeah.
to be somewhere
He's a
in
teenager,
that
isn't he?
18.
Yeah.
He's got to be somewhere in that 18-year-old range, maybe younger. I mean, it's hard because like Damian Wayne is like what, fucking 13.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
if you compare him to some of the other younger characters, I would say like, I don't know, maybe 18 years old is what Superboy should be.
yeah. Honestly, I don't have a specific person that I would pick. Honestly, I think I'm good where I'm at. We got a young guy playing a young woman. Let's not take away from her too, because although Lois Lane could be anyone, right? I hope she plays the part because I mean, I think Amy Adams was a good Lois Lane. I didn't have an issue with her. I didn't have an issue with Lois Lane, but I mean, again, like my thing is like if you look the part and you got the part, you look the part. Let's make sure you play the. Honestly, I trust James Gunn. I'm gonna trust James Gunn, and
Yeah,
if it goes south, then I will have another episode on this show, and I will tell you I was wrong. But like, honestly,
I think James Gunn is gonna do. I think when I found out it was because it's him, and I can't think of who the other person is, but they're co-leading this new DCU reboot, and I trust both of them. Like, how can you not trust in James Gunn? He's gonna deliver, and I think it's gonna be way better. It's gonna be way more successful than the Snyderverse, all of the movies that had to do with everything from Suicide Squad to, I mean, the only big hit out of that whole bunch was Aquaman. So,
I mean, I think I just hope that with James Gunn's vision and the other guy's vision, that they bring a lot of elements of the animated movies into the movies. That's what I want. Because those animated movies are fucking dope. I own every single one of them, and they're all fantastic. But again, I'm gonna give this guy a chance and see what happens, man. But I hope that the direction that they take is good, and I hope they really take their time. Like I really want, like I didn't need the death of Superman in Batman versus Superman. I didn't need that. That needed to be something that I needed to, like Tony Stark dying in Endgame. What it meant something like that shit brought you to tears because you invested so much in Tony Stark and Iron Man and all these movies within 10 years. Like, that's what I want. And I'm not saying copy Marvel, but like if you're gonna give me the death of Superman, give me at least 10, maybe 8 years. Give me some amount a couple amount of years for me to invest in that character, for me to have that like feeling like, because again, how many, and no lie, how many of us went to theaters when Tony Stark died? You were crying like a little bitch sitting next to your lady. I was one of them because I did. So again, that's what I want. But
now, so we discussed the casting. Now, you can have a amazing cast. You can have a superstar cast. If the writing is shit, like it's not going to work. So, or the story's shit, like and you just said you didn't like seeing the death of Superman in Batman versus Superman. So what would be the Superman story that you're hoping to see in this movie?
I need to see one of my favorite Superman stories is Superman Birthright. I love Superman Birthright. If you guys haven't read Superman Birthright, go check that out. It's awesome. It's basically like an origin story. Like I'm okay with like I don't need you to go in depth. Like that's what I don't need you to go too much into the like kind of take some from Man of Steel where they didn't invest too much in Krypton. They gave you bits and pieces, but they moved on into the him in Kansas stuff. That's what I want. I want him kind of like Superman Man of Tomorrow, the animated series, where it kind of like showed you a little bit, but it was really him. And remember, he had like the goggles, like he had like the pilot hat and the goggles, and he had like a shirt with an S on it. Like I want stuff like that. Like I want it to be like reintroduce me to a character I already know in your way. Okay, I'm good with interpretations. Just reintroduce me. Again, Birthright is a story that I think would work well. Even like what was his name? Shane Davis is a Superman. What's the fucking? It's the Superman Man of Steel or something like that. It's like an origin story too. Like it just tells a story. Like all this stuff. Like that's what I want. I want you like introduce it. Like show me him like learning how to fly and like I missed the whole like his parents making him the Superman suit. Like I missed that. I miss stuff like that. Like the cheesy ass jokes and shit. Like I need something. I need something to remind me of like
to bring it back to like the beginnings.
Yeah, bring Superman back to his core. Like bring him back.
I gotta disagree with you. I think they don't need to do any sort of. I mean, they could take a page out of Marvel's movies here, like they did with Spider-Man, and give you no backstory. Like you don't need any because, like, let's face it, Superman is probably one of the biggest names in comic book and entertainment. Period. Not just in the comic book community, but like movies. Like people know who Superman is already. Like we don't. You can scrub that, like what they did with the Spider-Man reboot when they casted Tom Holland. They didn't give you none of his backstory.
Yeah.
Because you already know Spider-Man's backstory.
Yeah.
They give you little bits of dialogue throughout all of the movies he's been in that refer to Uncle Ben or like the tragedy and great power and great responsibility and all that. But they didn't give you they didn't hold your hand and say, this is my nephew Spider-Man and this is how he got his powers. Like you don't need to do that. You can we know who Superman is. Crash landed in Kansas.
Yeah.
Got taken in by some hillbilly farmers because that's probably not illegal just to pick up a baby out of a field and say that it's your son.
Corn sweat.
They don't really need to. They don't need to give any backstory. It's Superman. You know who Superman is.
Yeah.
And especially if you think the core audience of these movies is going to be people like us that already know who Superman is. They already know the backstory. You know, they could pull a page from Batman, like the original Batman '89. They didn't give no backstory for Bruce Wayne or Batman. Like they brought him in. His first scene, he's swooping down. You think you're getting his backstory with that opening scene, and then he swoops down, and it's Batman and the fucking villains the criminals he's beating up. They're like, holy shit, it's Batman. Like that's all the introduction we need for Superman.
No, honestly, and I'm with you. Like again, I don't need like give me bits and pieces. My thing is like I want them to explore, and I think Thor had mentioned this. It looks like they're going to be doing like All-Star. He said, looks like Superman Legacy is going to be loosely based on All-Star Superman series. Yeah, which is another great book, a great story. I want them to focus on, if they're going to do a young Superman, focus on his younger years, like before he ends up in like give me the Daily Planet later. Like I don't after. Like I don't want none of this shit. Like I want loosely, but also too, like Jedi Jack says, a good villain is key. Yeah. So like absolutely. Honestly, like as much as I don't want it to be, because I want Lex Luthor and General Zod are like those good
the only ones that make sense.
It makes sense starting points to make sense. Like honestly, like because it's like, who else would you? Who
do you think is going to be the villain?
You don't want. I mean, you could do Brainiac and maybe do like kind of something similar to Man of Steel, where maybe like it's like like even the animated series where Brainiac showed up and he was like part of their technology and he showed up and he turned into the droid and he's like looking for Superman or some shit like that. I can't remember, but like something like similar to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could do that. But again, I think for me, General Zod and maybe I mean Lex Luthor is an obvious, like those characters make sense to me. Like as much as I don't want them, I mean, that's just me. I just hope. And then Cobra Dad said, no more Zod, please.
Unless it's Michael Shannon.
I mean, Michael Shannon is fucking fantastic. Like unless it's Michael Shannon, I agree. So it's like Superman needs a good cerebral villain, not another punching bag. That's true. I think. I think
if it wasn't so, you know, if because this is going to be, I think this Superman movie is going to be one of the first ones coming through the new continuity. And also, I wanted to thank Thor for pointing that out earlier. He said continuity. That was the word I was trying to remember. And I couldn't remember it, so thank you, Thor. It's continuity. I was looking for it.
Is it because you had corn sweat stuck in your mind?
I did. I had the corn sweats. And I couldn't think of the word continuity. But if they're going to be starting, you know, this whole new James Gunn continuity is going to be hinging so much on Superman. Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the first films coming out in that wave. If it was later on, a perfect crux or villain could have been Batman. Like if they were doing if they did Batman first and like had Batman kind of be more in the gruff years where he's not killing people, but
we're getting attacked by sharks.
You know, Batman, obviously Batman don't kill people. I can't tell if that's me.
Sorry guys, we're having sharks attack the show right now. Sharks are attacking.
Like if it wasn't like Batman, not like the gruff, grittier version of Batman that was a little more no holds barred, like he could have played a perfect jump off point. Like Superman shows up and like, hey motherfucker, I don't like this that you're doing. That could have been the jump off. But I mean, obviously Zod and Luthor are going to be the obvious picks. And you can't really, I would say Mongol, but you can't really do Mongol until you have everybody else established.
I mean, knowing James Gunn, he'll probably just create his own fucking, like, just a random fucking character and just, I don't know. He'll do something. Like, it's going to be, like, it'll be nice to, like, bring back, like, because remember, before there was Lex Luthor and there was anything, there was, he was fighting, like, fucking woman beaters and shit like that back in the day in the old, like, there was a comic, like, first issue, he was, like, fucking saved a woman for getting her ass whipped by her husband. So he was like stopping domestic violence. That's how good Superman is. Well, that's a good conversation. Well, again, Superman Legacy, you know, keep an eye on that. We got Superman and Lois. So hopefully, you know, like again, hopefully
I think AB should have been cast as Superman, but you know,
I agree. I think AB would make a phenomenal Superman. I would watch the movie. Easy 2 billion.
I was in there. No,
no, that would be an easy 2 billion. Super Rican.
Opening day for sure. Like fucking boom.
All right. So just to kind of like trickle off the movie. Now we're gonna talk comics. Now I saw this because it dropped today, and I was very excited to see it. And I'm going to pick up my issue tomorrow. And this is a comic book for those who don't watch comics, but it's based on a movie that was another phenomenal movie, which was Creed 3. So now Boom Studios has a new comic called Creed: The Next Round. Now, spoilers for whoever did not watch Creed 3. I love Creed 3. I think Creed 3 was a phenomenal movie. And it's another movie that it's a perfect example that you don't need your legacy characters to make a good movie. That's perfect example that what other movie did that? Creed 3 did that, Scream 6 did that, and yeah. So I am very, very happy that they're doing this. So Creed 3, I haven't read it yet, but like this whole cover right here, it makes me very happy because if you guys didn't watch Creed 3 in the movie, spoilers alert for whoever hasn't watched the movie or you're too cheap to go buy the Blu-ray or download it on Voodoo, but like his daughter had an altercation in school. She's deaf. and like she wants to fight. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, like if you guys remember the old Rocky movies, his son never wanted to be a fighter. Like he didn't want to fight. His dad was like kind of forcing that on him. In this, Creed is the total opposite. The daughter wants to fight. The mom doesn't want her to fight because she's deaf. But like she has an altercation in school and knocks the shit out of this other little girl who rips her. She's like drawing a picture and the girl rips her paper. She knocks her the fuck out. So like as the movie goes on, you see like, you know, he's like teaching her. And at the end of the movie, like she's in the ring and she's like training with him, playing with him, and he like looking. So I love that they did this comic because that's the theory that I had, where I feel like they left it open where like if Michael B. Jordan decides to like step back, like I could see her kind of taking the mantle of Creed and being a woman fighter and him training her. And it's just the thought of like fucking him like in the corner, like, you know what I'm saying, training her, like doing all the sign language shit, telling her how to knock her the fuck out.
It's like in her ass.
That shit is fucking dope. And like, I love that they did a comic. I'll pull that back up again. I love that they did a comic, but like, I want this. Like, I don't know if you guys seen Creed 3, but I want this in a movie. I don't need it. Maybe, I mean, because in the Creed 3, he was a little, like, they depicted him as a little older. Like, he was like, you know, he still had like some bruises, like, you know, he had some injuries, so he retired, and they did like a 3-year jump or something in the movie. So like, he's a lot older, quote unquote. Michael B. Jordan is not that old, but like, he's a lot older. So I don't know if this is the direction that they're going with, and they're kind of like showing this, like, hey, maybe if we do a comic book, maybe we'll do a movie, and if the fucking comic bombs, then we won't make the movie. We'll just make another fucking Creed 4 with him in it or some shit. I don't know. Maybe something like that. I don't know. But like, did you guys watch Creed 3?
I haven't.
Well, I'm sorry for
I haven't
spoiling.
seen Creed 2 either, honestly. I seen Creed
What
1.
the fuck? Did you watch? Ah, man, you guys, listen. Unworthy, listen. If
I
you
might have
watch-
seen it. I don't know if I've seen it or not.
They're great. They're great fucking movies. Michael B. Jordan is great. I love that. So I want Sylvester Stallone back because he has. I know there's this beef between him and like one of the producers or director or something like that for over rights and all this. But like he kind of stepped back. He did say that he'd be willing to do a Creed 4 with Michael B. Jordan. He just doesn't fuck with whoever is like producing or directing it. So that's the reason he wasn't in it. But like I think if they took a direction. If they made the direction of like going in that, like doing that and like kind of like having him step back, but even like his friend in the movie, like spoilers again, his friend in the movie, they kind of like hashed it out. They were good. Like I would love to see his friend kind of like train her too, like, or even be the trainer, him take a step back and let his friend train her, because his friend was supposed to be like this big time boxer, but then ended up in jail, and then Adonis became this big time boxer because of his dad's name and all this. And he came out. It was a great movie. You got to watch Creed 3. Like, it's phenomenal. But I love that they did a comic. Boom Studios is great. They produce a lot of great comics. And yeah.
Boom Studios definitely has a lot of great comics. You know, I wouldn't say they're an independent comic, but they're not like the brand name notoriety like Marvel and DC, or even what is the Image that's spawns under.
Yeah, Image.
But Boom does a lot of good stuff, so the fact that they're doing this is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and I love that they also do the Power Rangers, right?
Yeah,
they also do the Power Rangers for all you Power Ranger lovers. Boom Studios does Power Rangers, so you can get your
anybody who might be a bigger Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fan than Danny. You know, they already knew that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure, yeah, right. I doubt that. All right, and then last but not least, Indiana Jones Part 4 is in theaters, guys. Mezco has released their. I'm not going to get into the toy talk here, but Mezco released. There's pre-orders for the new Mezco toy. Hasbro's been doing a line of figures. The movie's in theaters. Hot Toys just showed their prototype of their hot toy, Old Man Indy. I think I want that hot toy as much as I want to stay away from fucking hot toys. Indiana Jones, favorite Indiana Jones movie? And why is it Temple of Doom?
I'll start off here. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really give a fuck about Indiana Jones movies.
What the fuck is going on tonight? Am I like the old
Like,
first is Superman, then
listen, like,
then it's
I've-
Corn
I've-
Sweat. Then what the fuck is going on?
I've watched all of it. I've watched all the Indiana Jones movies, and like I enjoyed them. They were good enough. Like they were entertaining. But it's not really something like I go out of my way to rewatch them. I don't know. I liked the Crystal Skull one just because I like alien stuff. So, and I think Shia LaBeouf's crazy ass is amazing in everything he does.
Crystal Skull was filmed. Some parts were filmed over here in New Haven. So, and it bombed. Right? It's like they do all these other movies, but like when they film part of it in New Haven, it bombs. It's shitty ass movie. I'm like, what the fuck? It says a lot about New Haven. So just a heads up. So if you're a filmmaker, don't ever film in New Haven because your movie's gonna bomb. It's gonna be shitty.
I mean, I guess if I had to pick a favorite Indiana Jones movie, I would only have to say Crystal Skull because it's the one that I watched the most recently and I remember the most of it. I've seen all of them, but I mean, I don't think I could really tell you a whole lot of parts other than the Nazi face melting off and whichever one that was.
Dude, I love Temple of Doom, and one of my favorite scenes from Temple of Doom was like the part where he's like they're like trapped in that whole like with the spikes, and they're about him and Short Round are. And I always want to be like Short Round. There's like, I always like I wish one of my uncles, his name was Indiana or last name Jones, and they didn't have any like last names were Miguel or like Rodriguez and stuff, but it sucked, whatever. But I always wish that I had like a role model like Indiana, and I was like Short Round, like I was like Dr. Jones or whatever. Like I wish I was that guy. And I love the scene where like the spikes they're getting closed in, and she has to find, but like she's coming, like the girl is like the female in the movie, she's crawling in, and all these like bugs and shit are crawling on her, and she has to like pull the lever, and like his hand is like that one, the other one, that one, like that scene was fucking dope. Like I remember those movies. Like, and again, it's nice to have Harrison Ford back because he's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
and,
God bless Harrison Ford.
Yeah, and now my thing is like I haven't seen the movie. I just really hope he doesn't die in this movie because usually when like they bring legacy characters back, like they usually kill him off or some shit. Like I just hope he doesn't die in this movie. I hope he like if he's gonna pass the mantle, pass it to somebody.
They should pass it to Shia LaBeouf. Bring it back. Run it back.
Right. Yeah, because he's gonna do such a great job like he did in Transformers. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what? I take that back because I really like Revenge of the Fallen. The Revenge of the Fallen was really good. I really enjoyed that one, especially the cars that were like the buggies. Like they were good. The twins, they were great.
How about you, AB? What's your favorite Indiana Jones movie?
If I could remember, it would be the Temple of Doom too.
Yeah, Temple of Doom is like the best one. Like I love like that scene where they had the big old feast and they were eating like snake and like fucking monkey brain and all that shit. Like how unsettling was that fucking scene? That was you gotta watch it, Unworthy. Like that movie.
I've watched it. You get the wrong idea. I've watched them. I haven't watched them a bunch of times.
I think I would cast you as the next Indiana Jones.
I am a very adventurous guy.
I think you would be like India. I think you have that personality. Like you like to go on adventures, and you like to like get the woman in the end. And I
always get the woman in the end. So.
And then AB would be Short Round, and I'll be the
there you go.
I'll be the Nazi guy who turns a good leaf and just hangs out with you. But Indiana Jones is out in theaters now. Yes. I am excited to watch it.
Mikey was right. Shia LaBeouf did kill it in Peanut Butter Falcon. If you haven't watched that movie, go watch that, and then tell me that Shia LaBeouf is only known for being terrible in the Transformers movie.
Cobra Dad, if Kylo Ren shows up at Indiana Jones, I'm gonna fucking riot. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Like you imagine, like Indiana Jones is like he's gonna do something like fucking Kylo Ren shows up and like stabs him again. I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking lose it. Man. Well, I mean, that as far as trending topics, that's all I have, honestly. Like there's so much shit going on. Like there's so many like films and like in the works. So many like new casting. Like Superman Legacy is gonna have like way more casting than that. I know the Spider-Verse movie is phenomenal. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. It's a phenomenal movie. The Flash, I saw The Flash as well.
Amazing.
It's a fun movie. It's definitely a fun movie. It's a great
You know,
movie. It has
it's
great
better
moments.
than just fun. I'm so tired of hearing people complaining about this fucking the animation.
I'm not complaining.
No, not you, but like that's a lot of the things that people are saying this movie's bombing for is the CGI, and it's like, I mean, we all lived through Eric Bana's fucking Hulk movie. Like that was terrible CGI. You know, you watch Jurassic Park and then watch Eric Bana's Incredible Hulk, and you're like, which one was made first? And they're gonna be like, oh well, Eric Bana that movie had to be way in the beginning of CGI.
You know what's a movie that has really shitty CGI? Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Scorpion
King.
When he's a whole scorpion, it looks shitty. Yeah, it looks crazy.
Oh, it was
as
bad.
far as the CGI is concerned for this Flash movie, if you know, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Flash, shame on you. Go watch it. Quit fucking complaining about Ezra Miller and go watch this fucking movie. It's amazing. but if the scenes that they're complaining about with the CGI, like with the, you know, it's almost like an arena that he's in, that he's seeing all the timelines ahead of him, like the arena seats go up as in the timeline or whatever. That's what they're complaining about. And it does. It looks like terrible CGI, but he's watching it like he's paused in time watching it. So like it makes sense that you're not seeing this as like crystal clear. And what are they going to do? How are they going to get Nicolas Cage to look like fucking Superman anyways? Like that's what they're complaining about, the way the CGI looked. Like it looks like that for a reason. It fits. It goes with read a fucking Flash comic book. When he's in those warps and he's looking at time, like it's always alternate animation to go with whatever they're showing. Like if he's trying to run back through time and they show something that happened in the past, they always go to the older style animation, like with dot matrix and all that shit.
Yeah.
This tracks. It's fine. Quit complaining about it and watch this fucking movie. It's amazing.
So you heard it, folks. Unworthy is a Ezra Miller supporter, so
I don't support what he's done. I'm
kidding.
I think he's a fucking whack job. I think they are a whack job. But the writing was great. The movie was great. Fucking Michael Keaton is amazing. Ezra Miller killed it with two characters. He did a great job as two characters. Like fucking watch this. Three characters, really.
It was definitely a fun watch. It was love to see the cameos. Love to see the cameos. Love to see the. I mean, I kind of got over the CG a little bit because again, I was really invested in Michael Keaton. But then they showed those Nicolas Cage and Christopher Reeve moments. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched the movie. And those like even George fucking Reeves. They showed George Reeves Superman in this movie. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry if I ruined this movie for you because if you haven't watched it and you're a cheap fuck, you should have watched it when you had the chance. But
also the chick that plays Supergirl, I think her name's like Sasha Callie or Sasha DeCal or whatever. Fucking smoking hot, bro. Like you gotta watch this. She is hot.
She is
hot.
Now would you bang her with the Supergirl outfit or without?
Either way, you know, I would whatever.
Even now, would you bang her with Superman powers or not?
Like if I had Superman powers?
Like if she jumps on you, she's fucking like ripping your dick off. Your dick is coming off.
I mean, I have heard where like penile decapitation is a quick way to bleed to death. So like I'd probably die. I mean, I'd probably be concerned for the last few seconds, like, oh man, it really is how it ends. But in the back of my head, I'd be like, I kind of knew this would be the way it goes anyway.
Raven says worth it.
Yeah, worth it. Absolutely worth it.
You got that great.
Yeah, she got that.
Look at all that. Look at that she's sitting on. You know, she stands up. Look at what she was just sitting on. Woo!
Hey, chat. This is a perfect example. This is Unworthy's dick before she grabs it. This is his dick after.
Worth it. I'll take that chance.
I'll take that chance.
Oh man.
Girl got a dunk. Look at the dump
Yeah,
truck she rode in. Holy shit.
Seriously, right? Now we have a round table question. We're gonna ask this question to the entire chat as well. If you want to answer, go right ahead.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's a very important question.
Yeah.
I don't know what that hissing noise is. I hope it ain't me.
I think it's on your end.
Let me see with this freaking audio. Forgive us.
Let me hold on. Let me see before you do anything.
No, it's not me. But let me it sounds like Jaws. Well, I'm gonna put the round table question. Question for the round table is Anonymous asks, what do you think your famous last words would be? So, what would be your last words? You're on your deathbed. You're about to go. You're about to go into the light. You got one thing to say. AB, what would be your last words?
Bury all my figures.
You said what?
I said bury all my figures with me. No.
That would be your last words? Bury all my figures? Okay.
No. This is like last words before. Okay, yeah, okay. Last words before you.
Before he dies. Before he dies. Yeah.
Okay.
Unworthy, what would be yours?
Right. You know, I'm always a realistic guy. You asked me like what I would be in a zombie apocalypse, and I was like, I'm probably going to be the guy that gets run over in the middle of the road, looking for cell service. So I'm going to be pretty honest here. I think my last words are probably going to be something like, "Hey, what does this button do?"
What? Really?
It's going to be something stupid for sure.
Oh.
I want to say it's going to be something badass, like hold my beer while I slit this army's throat or something like that. But it's probably going to be like, hey, what does this button do?
Oh my God. I think my last words, and this is real, my last words, because I know my ex-wife will be there holding my hand as I drift away into the light, right? I think my last words will be, let's get a quickie. Let's get a quickie. So, like, I think that would be my last word. So, like, before I die, I need you. I'll look at her. I was like, before I die. So, if she's watching this, I don't know if she's ever watching this, but if you watch this, honey, I want you to grip my dick the way Supergirl grips Unworthy's before I die. So, that would be my last words. Let's get a quickie. Let's see what the
harder.
Raven says we have alien interference. Yes, we have aliens here. Thor says, fuck them. Last words. Okay.
Last words. Hashtag fuck them. Shout out to John the Fallen.
Yep. I'll be back. Cal says, no, I don't any change. Cobra Dad says, my last word would be, brother called out a bitch.
Bah.
Bah.
If his last words aren't bah, I'm going to be fucking disappointed.
Bill says, delete my search history. Okay. Raven says, how much did I spend on my figures? All right, let's see. Deadman says, oh, never mind. He says, oh, I thought that was your last words. I got it. All right, no problem.
That might be it. Maybe that is. We'll find out tomorrow.
Vico says, when I had COVID, I was in a hospital and passing out before I got oxygen. I fell on the ground and asked my nurse, am I going to die? Oh, damn, dude. I don't even want to make fun of that. It would be, see, you fucking, Vico, you put me in the fucking spot. That is like the same situation like we were talking about earlier. You're in the fucking water, you get attacked by a shark, and then here comes the fucking phone. You just put me in this phone situation here.
Yeah, you're holding the phone now. Now
I'm holding the phone, watching you. I'm not gonna even go there because I like you too much. So fuck. Danny, make sure you. Yeah, dude. Yes. Blue chewing pill. They got a new one. It's a chewing one.
Yeah, it fucking works great too, by the way. I don't have a sponsorship yet, but go to bluechew.com and use the hashtag or use the promo code unworthy10. Maybe I'll get a promo one day.
You should reach out to them to see if you get a promo. You imagine getting a fucking promo with them? That'd be fucking hilarious, dude. You should do it. Blitz says mine would be fuck McFarlane. You know what? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, Benny. I know it would be.
And at that point, I drop his hand and be like, all right, now you're just being extra.
Well, listen, I'm gonna revisit this. Vico, I like you, but you're an asshole for this because I was gonna go in, but then you said it's funny now, but I can't. I can't do it, buddy. I like you too much. Fuck. But yeah, that would be our my last words would be like let's get a quickie. It'll last like 2 seconds. I think I'll die. I think I'll go. I'll die after.
Like you read, if you ever read, there's a whole bunch of fucking like badass comment or badass like last words from people, and I really wish mine would be one, but mine's not going to be a badass one.
No, it's not.
Pretty fucking dumb. I'm sure it is. It's going to be like hold my beer or what's this button do, or I'm going to die suddenly. I'm not going to die. It's not going to be I'm not going to be in the hospital. It's going to be sudden, just like the rest of my life, quick and over with.
Now, revisiting our topic from before, you got attacked by sharks. Your wounds are life-threatening. You're about to die. They said they can't do nothing for you. You know your friends have been filming you. What are your last words? Fuck you guys.
Did you get that on camera? Might be. Did you get that on camera?
Tag McFarlane. Tag McFarlane Toys.
Hashtag World Star.
That's just gonna be trending everywhere. You're gonna be so fucking famous. All right. So we got a couple of plugs. We're gonna plug a couple of stuff. A couple of our favorite shows here. And we're gonna start with a show that let's see where they are. I'm looking for them now. Where are the plugs here? I'm lost.
Tim Brand, here. Want me to help you out?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Let me help you out. Here's the first one.
TPC Top 10. They just had a show yesterday. Just a couple of plugs. TPC Top 10 had their show yesterday. Again on Wednesdays, I believe it's 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. Go check them out. They celebrate the top 10. They usually do secret hashtags. If you want to be featured, go over there and try the secret hashtag, see if you can get featured. But go check them out. Hosted by the Toy Daddies, Yimbo Reviews Everything, Toy Father, and No Chewing. Go check them out. And again, good luck. I hope you guys get featured and go support them.
Absolutely.
What else we got?
And we also got another Thursday night show. Figuratively speaking, they just had an episode on tonight with First Strike Figs.
Yes, sir.
I was on there watching that tonight. Awesome show. They bring in toy photographers from all across the Instagram and Facebook and everywhere you can do toy photography. Had a great episode with First Strike Figs tonight, and definitely be going and checking those guys out. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. I think it's figuratively _speaking _YouTube on Instagram for anybody looking to check them out.
All right, next we got Behind the Plastic. I mentioned them earlier. Great guys, hosted by Not a Bird, Not a Plane, TMNT 1987, and Sequential Plastic. Go check those guys out. The show is amazing. They do basically an interview that's only 12 minutes. They showcase a toy photographer for 12 minutes. I am their latest episode, so go check that one out. Also, don't go check that one out. Go check out Cal the Collector's episode. His episode was amazing. I got to learn a lot about Cal the Collector. He's a great guy. Also a Superman fan. But also, if you want to be nice, go check me out as well. You're gonna catch me singing Disney songs because Lion King is my favorite.
You can hear him singing "I Can't Wait to Be King." Can we get a little ad lib of that real quick?
I just can't wait to be king. All right, whatever.
I can't believe you didn't do Hakuna Matata, to be honest with you.
Well, you know what? That would have been the obvious to sing. I almost did the Elton John song, but you know what? I didn't.
Or like it's what's the one with Elton John? I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. But that would have been a better one.
Yeah, right. Well, I didn't think of that one.
I think I'm just still mad at you. I'm sorry.
I know you are. I'll make it up to you. But go check those boys out. They're on every Tuesday, I believe. They drop Tuesdays and Thursdays. They drop a new episode. Go check them out.
AB, why don't you talk about this one for us?
Oh yeah, so me and the brothers here, Thor, Green Geek, and Blitz. We always host on Sundays, Lazy Boy Sundays, and that goes on from 5 p.m. Eastern time. I was about to say Pacific. Oh shit. Yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern time, and we just go ahead, just shoot the shit. Up toys and just talk about toys and stuff on those days. And then sometimes we usually get guests that come on and hop on with us and give us a little feedback about what they do and why they take shots and stuff as well too. So
Absolutely.
All right. And while you're here, AB, how about you plug in Pig Bar on Wednesdays?
oh yeah, definitely check us out too. Me and Green Geek, Brother Thor, and Blitz too. We always go on Wednesdays as well too. Same time, 5 p.m. Eastern time as well. We usually go ahead and we'll each show toy artists as well too. We each get like 5 shots from different people, and we'll showcase their art on there as well too. We'll even have I think next Wednesday Kushi Mama and
Oh,
them are taking
nice.
over. I believe
Nice.
so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we got a
Awesome.
Ladies'
couple of them
night,
taking
ladies'
over.
night again.
The ladies are taking over.
I believe it's Kushimama and a couple. I think somebody else. I don't, it's not ladies' night. I believe it's
Oh,
another
okay,
couple
okay,
of other
okay.
gents on there
All right.
too. But they'll be
All
hosting
right.
up for next Wednesday, I believe. So definitely check them out too. But yeah, it's always every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern time.
And just to piggyback off of AB, if you guys want to host a pick bar, reach out to those fellas. You can reach out to AB, Thor, Blitz, or Green. Get yourself a couple of buddies and pay it forward. Go showcase, go show some love to some toys photographers, some great toy photographers, no new or old. Go show them some love.
And they'll let you go too. They'll let you go
Yeah.
on. Like the last time the Rowdy Boys were on, we like went 3 hours before Thor was like, all right, enough of this shit. Like,
enough of you
And
guys
it doesn't have to be all about toy photography. It could be anything. I mean, it can be up to like anything. I mean, whatever you guys like, dioramas, anything. So
All right. What else do we got?
And also on Sunday nights, we got Yimbo Reviews Everything with our boy Yimbo Reviews Everything on Instagram. You can check him out on Sunday nights as well. He just had, I can't think of who he just had on as a guest last week, but it was a decent episode. Should be checking that out. And Danny,
All
you
right.
got a big thing coming up next month.
Yes, well, next week, actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, it isn't next month too, but you're right. It is next month.
Black and Wednesdays are back, baby. Yes, and this time is it's black and white with a bright yellow. So again, as always, thank you everyone who has been supporting this collab / challenge. Again, it's a very simple challenge. Take a shot with any line of figures, make sure it's black and white, and you can have and add some yellow to it. It could be yellow figure, yellow accessories, a yellow lighting. It doesn't matter. Just have fun. That's the 2 biggest criteria that I have, is to have fun and be creative. You know what I'm saying? This was created to celebrate every toy photographer, whether you have a big following or a small following, for us to come together and just have a good time and say, fuck the algorithm. Hashtag fuck the algorithm. All right. So again, Black and Wednesdays begins next week on Wednesday. Please use the hashtag TA_Black and Wednesdays, and please tag me in your amazing photos. I will start featuring folks' work on the A Worthy Addiction page. So please, if you're not following that page, head over to Instagram and please give us a follow. Like our photos. We're going to start showcasing your work. And also too, Unworthy right here is going to be showcasing his masterclass stuff on the A Worthy Addiction page. So if you haven't done
that's going to be coming back in September. We're going to be kicking that back off. Got some big plans in the work for that. So.
Yes,
it's kind of fitting because September last year is when I kicked off the master's class on the UC Collabs page. So it's only fitting that's when we kick it back off.
Absolutely. Now I got one more plug, and Unworthy, you could piggyback off me because you probably know better than me, but Hoodcast AF is celebrating their 3-year episode, right? 3 years they've been doing Hoodcast AF. So I don't know if you want to chime in and kind of let them know about Hoodcast AF.
Yeah, you got to find go wherever you go to find podcasts, whether that's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I don't know if they're on Stitcher, but anywhere you can find podcasts, go search. Just search action figure photography or action figure podcast, and Hoodcast is going to pop up. Yeah. Hoodcast AF, and check those guys out. They got their 3-year anniversary show coming up. I think it'll be out this weekend is when that's going to be up.
Yep.
And also go to Instagram and look up Hoodcast AF and follow those guys. It's for their show, and they feature action figure photography. They do the action figure news on their podcast. And while you're there, hit the fucking link in their bio and go to their page and go to their Patreon. It's $3 a month. You get awesome, fucking amazing shows like Bitchin' with Bingo or Bingo's Big Top Movie Reviews. You get Tex AF. You get Tales Behind the Bar with Cobra Dad. You get High Def AF with the Pot Dog. Tex AF horror movies, deathmatch wrestling. It's $3 a month. Go subscribe. You also, whenever I do episodes of Unworthy AF, those go on that Patreon network as well. So like, do yourself a favor. It's $3 a month. That's less than your subscription to that anime porn website. Like,
and when I tell you,
go do it.
And when I tell you, I don't know if you could see it, but I have them on Spotify. And when I tell you those guys are fucking awesome, they're fucking awesome. So go show them some support. I believe they have a little messenger thing where you could like send like something to them.
Message, yeah.
Leave them a voice message and tell them how much. Go check them out. They're really awesome.
Yeah,
I had
go to the Hoodcast website. They have a thing on the side. You hit it and you can record. It doesn't matter what the hell you could say. They will play it on their show.
Yes, go show them guys some love. They're awesome guys, very transparent guys. I had the pleasure of being on with them with Unworthy, and again, I had such a blast with them. So definitely go check them out. They're awesome. And last but not least, if you're not following this handsome young man down here, AB Photos 35, go give him a follow because he is not only a phenomenal photographer, toy photographer, a phenomenal dial maker, a great co-host to great shows, but he is a phenomenal person. And he's our little brother, and we love him to pieces. So if you're not following AB Photos 35, go give him a follow. Go show him some love.
And if you're not following AB's, go fucking unfollow me then.
Serious. Go get eaten by a shark.
Yeah, and I'm going to film it. I'm going to be that guy filming.
We'll be the ones on the recording.
Yeah.
All right. But
I have one more plug. If you don't mind. Is it all right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
All right, well, I'm gonna do it anyways. So our good buddy Cobra Dad from Hoodcast AF, and also you can check him out every Wednesday on Instagram Live doing the Weekly Habit with Cobra Dad, where he talks about movies, awesome gadgets that you can buy. I think he did like almost a whole episode that like he was showing off the PSP or PS, like a little handheld PlayStation thing with the screen. He played like a whole Beavis and Butthead episode on that. It was fucking amazing. But our boy Cobra Dad, he has got this going on over here on Instagram right now.
Okay.
It's called the Back-to-Back Challenge. Sorry, my phone's ringing. The Back-to-Back Challenge presented by Cobra Dad. Take an action figure shot of 2 action figures standing back to back, any figures from any line. Make sure you're having fun with it, and make sure that you tag Cobra Dad. Hold on a second.
Booty call.
Yeah, right.
Oh shit! It actually is Cobra Dad calling me.
Oh shit!
Cobra Dad calling you.
Hello. Hello. Yo.
Unworthy.
Yo.
I gotta be fast. This is Cobra Dad from the future.
What?
Agents are tracking me.
What?
They'll be here any minute. Listen to me. I'm calling from the future. Don't do the back-to-back collabo, man. Everybody in the future ends up back-to-back like fucking Siamese twins. Don't do the back-to-back collabo.
Well, fuck. We already promoted it.
Fuck.
That sounded serious.
Dude.
Well, we already promoted it, so do the back-to-back collabo anyways, and make sure you tag Cobra Dad and help him take over the world.
There you go.
Make sure you tag him at Cobra Dad _ on Instagram. Do your back-to-back photos, it's going to be fun. I did a couple of them, and I got one that I'm going to post tomorrow. So it's going to be a good. I'm hoping to get a lot of people doing this back-to-back collab. I don't care that everybody ends up Siamese twins. I wonder how far in the future he was calling from.
That sounded serious. Like,
Yeah,
Is that next week?
Like, that kind of reminded me of like the Flash, like when he came back to warn Bruce, "You need to find us, Bruce. Find me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I wonder how.
have
Like,
some kids."
I wonder if that's like 2 weeks in the future. If we're all gonna end up back to back, like in a week or so, like that'd be cool. But anyways, I think we should do it anyways. Do your back to back shots. Tag Cobra Dad. It's gonna be a good time. I hope if I could be Siamese twinned with anybody, I hope it's AB, but it's probably gonna end up being Danny.
Right? It's funny, right? Like how it's, you know what? It's crazy because that kind of like messed my whole mind. Yes, sir. Have fun, everyone. But listen, that really scared me because like it's kind of like Ezra Miller, right? Like when he showed up with Bruce, right? He was warning him that the DCEU was going to get taken over by James Gunn, and we didn't fucking listen. We were going to have Corn Sweat. We were going to have Corn Sweat as the new Superman. He said, "Don't get in that submarine. Not with
Don't do it. It's gonna implode."
Oh shit. Well, with that said, we like to end the show with a quote. So I have a quote from one of my favorite Disney movies, and that is The Lion King. And I would like to share that with you guys. And it's times like this, my buddy Timon says, you got to put your behind in your past. So, AB, thank you for coming on with us.
Absolutely.
Unworthy, love you to pieces. Chat, thank you. With that being said,
good night, beautiful.
Thank you for tuning in.
Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button
Click that notification bell.
for more content.